Imagine you are living in the year 2030. Your parents are in a nursing home, and instead of a human taking care of them, there's a robot taking care of them. There's also a robot in your home, helping you with your daily tasks and watching your children. You can't communicate with the robot because it does not feel like you feel, but it does know how to help you help you go to the bathroom. The world is headed in that direction, and I find it scary. Now imagine you eat some food from a package that contains thousands of little nanoparticles that end up making you sick, or even worse because the scientists had a bad day and didn't fully examine the package. Again, I find this part of technology scary. After researching this topic, I found why we should not pursue genetic engineering, nanotechnology, or robotics, also known as GNR. In the next few minutes, I will touch on the negative aspects of GNR, some of the consequences and long-term effects. I will also make you think twice about some of the positive aspects of GNR. I hope to make you think twice about the direction the world is heading and convince you to try and change that direction. Genetic engineering is the chemical addition or deletion of specific genome from organisms that bring about desired change. I read this from an article by Bruce Small called Genetic Engineering and Moral Responsibility. So what this is a scientist sitting at a desk removing certain genes from an organism, either a plant or a human, and then putting in the desired gene into that product. And I think this is a little bit like scientists are playing God. I think scientists have a moral responsibility not to interfere with God's work. Some of the consequences are, as we can see here, the sheep Dolly. Dolly was huge when it was first genetically engineered, but Dolly is not edible. There's nothing positive can happen from Dolly because of her genetic engineering. Genetic engineering hasn't been along for very long, so we don't know the long-term consequences. We don't know how Dolly's going to be in 30 years. Will she mutate, possibly? I mean, that is a pretty extreme consequence, but it is a possibility. People believe that genetic engineering will be necessary to provide enough food to feed the future population. I believe that this is false hope because there is no way to know the food will be safe for human consumption until you are able to see the long-term effects. Next, I would like to talk about nanotechnology. Christian Lyons, in an article, Nanotechnology Transforming Food for the Environment, she describes nanotechnology as any engineered material, structures, and systems that operate at a scale of 100 nanometers or less. Now, if you could think of that, I have a picture here where it shows the head of a nail, and there are 1,000,000 nanometers that can fit on the head of a nail. Just to put in perspective how small we are talking about here. Now, there are some advantages for nanotechnology, but I believe the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. A couple of the advantages are improved manufacturing methods and water purification. But the disadvantages are damage to environmental health, human safety issues. According to the Department of Health website, people who use nanomaterials in research or production process may be exposed to nanoparticles that they would breathe in and then would infect them from the inside out, and they wouldn't even know because these are such small particles. The website also says, although the potential health effects of such exposure are not fully understood at this time. So why would we be putting these nano products in our food when we're not exactly sure what the health effects are going to be, again, long term. Short term, yes, but long term, we don't know. And finally, I would like to talk about robotics. There are two main areas of potential ethical risk to consider with robotics: care of children and the elderly. It's very scary to think about a robot taking care of your parents in a nursing home, or your 2-year-old sitting at home while you're off doing something else. I know you could save money with a robot sitting at home, because daycare right now is very expensive. But at the same time, I feel it's the same thing as sitting your child down in front of the TV and plugging in the DVD for the next 2 hours. So I don't think they can provide the same care as a human can. There was a study done by monkeys were taken care of by robots, and as they got older, the more dysfunctional the monkeys got, because they didn't have that human care. Now there's also the development of robot weapons by the military. Here is one that a lot of people are familiar with, is the drone. The drone is controlled by someone, let's say in Las Vegas, that can make a shot or kill someone that's in Afghanistan. Again, humans are controlling it, but they can control when to shoot and who to shoot. Right now there's development where robots would have to make that choice. And that is a scary decision, because a robot can't differentiate between a human life and just another rock or something in the mountain. So in conclusion, I don't think we have enough knowledge surrounding genetic engineering, nanotechnology, or robotics to use them responsibly. We don't know what long-term effects are of GNR and how it will shape our world or our universe. Right now we know the short term, but we need to figure out what it's going to be like long term. So some of the consequences that I named, I hope will stick in your head more than the advantages. And I feel we are heading into the great unknown, and could find something that would destroy our world or the universe altogether. Thank you.